quality. I hope this works out. I tested it over the weekend. So here's our first class with our new setup. Hopefully going forward, be able to continue building on the quality, but I'm pretty happy. I feel like the sound was definitely something we could have, or I could have upgraded and made better, so was able to do that. So thank you for supporting me, making all of this possible. Today we're going to be focusing on core strength. Now, of course, we've done 4 classes before, talking about different ways to work the core, rotational, and we're going to be incorporating all of that today. So think of this as a total core workout and not just abs and crunches. You cat. Hey, I don't need your help with the wires. Thank you. This girl is just, she always wants to chew on the wires. All right, so we're gonna get started mobilizing. Let's come down to the mat. Excuse me. What are you doing? Leave these wires alone, please. Go somewhere else. Thank you. All right, sorry for the interruption. Hey! Okay, now she'll stop. We're going down to the ground. We're gonna start with a Kenzie press to start to mobilize our spine. We're gonna have our hands back by our shoulders. Tuck those elbows in and make sure your butt is nice and loose. We don't want to be squeezing or holding our glutes tight during this. We're going to exhale and press up. And just as far as you're comfortable, I'm going to keep the legs relaxed. We're just mobilizing that lumbar spine, getting our extension. So we're going to do 10. Exhale, press. And then inhale on the way down. That butt nice and loose, legs loose. And last 5. Elbows in. And 2 more. Down to the mat. You can relax your head on top of your hands. We're going to do our scorpion roll side to side. So kick up your leg and you're going to reach it up and over. Have to inhale and then exhale as I come back slowly. I'm going to do 10 of these, 5 each side. And last 5, I don't know if you could hear my back pop, but definitely got a nice little release there. And 2 more. Alright, so next we're going to kind of go the opposite way. We're going to do a shoulder roll. So for this, we're going to lay onto our back. And we're going to want both arms overhead. And we're going to start with a nice stretch. Reach those fingers up and relax. I'm a cat today. And now we're going to reach our arm up and over. It's like somebody's pulling you by the arm. And that shoulder's gonna pull up and across. And then your hip. And your hip is gonna come down after your shoulder as you roll over. And then to reverse, we're just gonna do the same thing. Our arm starts, the shoulder comes off the ground first, and then the hip. And then we roll back. Now let's go the other way. Reach shoulder first, then the hips, and back. Let's do one more each way. Start with the shoulder, then the hips. It's a very subtle kind of relaxation and control at the same time. And let's go the other way. All right, so we rolled with our shoulders, we rolled with our hips. We're gonna get started now with priming up those joints. So we're gonna do 4 times 3 sets of first superhuman pulls. So laying on our back and pulling back in this kind of W shape. See the W? We're gonna make sure our thumbs are pointed up at the ceiling, elbows are in nice and tight, and we're opening our shoulders wide. We don't want to pull into a slouch forward W. We want to open up in our W. We're gonna follow it with a loaded to an unloaded beast. So for first 30 seconds, we're on the floor. We're reaching our thumbs up. We're gonna squeeze back, reach, and pull. And reach and pull for 30 seconds. Then we're going to come up into our quadruped, dig your toes in, lift the knees, and we're going to go from here, pushing back into a loaded beast, and then all the way forward into an unloaded beast for 30 seconds as well. All right, so I'll start my timer. Let's get in position into our superhuman position. So thumbs up, we're going to lift the legs, lift the shoulders, pull back, keep those shoulders nice and wide, and reach. This last 10 seconds. Now come up into our quadruped. Dig those toes unders and push and back. Hi, kitty. She says, I know how to do that. Last 10 seconds. We're going to take a quick 15-second rest. For that superhuman. Arms outstretched. Lift and pull. Nice controlled tempo. Squeeze those glutes. Gonna feel shoulders and butt. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and back into that quadruped. Lift the knees and push back. Keep your shoulders low and away from your ears. Core engaged. Last 10 seconds. 15-second rest. You have your hydration, have a sip of water. Come on down. Let's do that last round. Lift and pull. Shoulders nice and wide. And squeeze those elbows in. Last 10 seconds. Never looking back, no, we can't go there. And one last time. from that beast. Keep that core engaged. Feel the whole floor in your hand. Squeeze the floor with your hands. And resting. All right, so before we get into our next superset, let me explain it and rehydrate, catch your breath. We're gonna prime with a side plank with a top leg lift. So just really simple from our elbow. You're gonna have either your feet staggered with your foot in front, or you can stack them. From there, we're gonna hold 20 seconds as we lift our top leg. And you wanna make sure your elbow's right under your shoulder. You don't wanna have that elbow way out there. And yeah, if you want to make it easier, you can go from your knees and then just have a straight leg up on top that you lift. And one last thing is you want to make sure that when you're lifting, don't point your toes up to the ceiling. Try to make your foot nice and flat, almost like you're pushing through your heel. We have 20 seconds on each side, and then for our second one, we're going to grab a kettlebell, holding a plank, and we're going to take that kettlebell from side to side while we hold our plank for 30 seconds. Just like our other priming superset, we're gonna do 3 rounds. And I'll get my timer. So starting with our side plank. All right, you can either do from the knees or the legs. Come on up, hold, and then we're gonna lift our top leg. Nice and controlled. And then remember to also push through that heel. Last 10 seconds. Come on down, switch sides. Come on up and lift. Nice and controlled, up and down. Now for our kettlebell, get set up, bring those toes out, you're going to pull it across, you can drag it or pick it up. Last 10 seconds. All right, we have 15 seconds to rest before we have another round. All right, lift on up and top leg. We're getting our core and our side plank, but we're also getting our core and our glute, especially if you keep that leg nice and straight. Keep those toes down. Switch it over and lift. Last 10 seconds. And set up for that plank. Pull it across. I like to keep my knees soft. You want to take it down into a beast, that's a good option. You're not ready for a plank yet. or you can do half and half. Bring it down, rest 15 seconds. We got one last round. My feet are too warm for socks. All right, let's go side plank and lift. Last 10 seconds. Switch sides. And this is a very cat-heavy class. Sorry. Evie, I didn't mean to. Last 10 seconds. All right, and plank. All right, reach it out. All right, excellent. So now we're primed up for our workout. So let's talk about it. We're going to be doing a circuit of 3 moves for 4 rounds. One is a half kneeling windmill for 5 each side, followed with a kettlebell loaded dead bug for 10 reps. And then last thing is going to be a traveling dead bug. So if you don't have a mat, just kind of mark out maybe something that is about 5 to 6 feet long, depending on your size, of course, too, because we just need a little bit of a distance. So even just putting, a kettlebell at one end and the other end is a great way to do that if you're just working out on the grass or something like that, on the carpet. So let me have a sip of water. I'll show you the moves, and then we're going to go through 4 rounds of these 3. This is also has some great electrolytes in here, which I really like. Highly recommend. So, first one, that half kneeling windmill. We're going to take it into a half kneeling position, obviously, with our kettlebell loaded up, overhead on the side, and you're going to point your thumb behind you and make sure we're nice and upright. It's all straightened up. We're gonna slide our hips to the side, reaching over. Keep my core nice and straight. All the movement is in my hips. Core is just staying tight to resist the force of the kettlebell. And then we're gonna push it back up, straight again. We have 5 of these on each side. So let's do them together. Come over to the side, shift those hips, reach, and press. Let's go for it. 2, 3, and 2 more. Last one. Bring that kettlebell down. We're going to switch sides and switch knees. So, load it up overhead. Slide those hips over. Reach for the floor. Inhale as you reach. Exhale, push. And I have my weight on my knee under me, but also I'm pushing in through this foot as well. 2 more. Last one. All right, let's bring that weight down now for our dead bug. We're gonna be on our back. You're gonna have your kettlebell. I like to hold it personally with the ball in my hands and my thumbs hooked under. Hopefully you can see, like if you're going up, the kettlebell's in front of you You go to grab it, put your thumbs through, and wrap your fingers around, and then you already have it in that position. So from this kind of upside down quadruped, right? Typical dead bug stance. Tighten your abs to the floor, shoulders push down to the floor. You're gonna reach one leg out. Don't let this knee pull in, this other knee up here. Keep that right over your hip. So when I slide my other leg out, this knee doesn't come in. I wanna make sure my knees stay even. So I'm gonna reach one leg, tighten my core, and reach that kettlebell as low as I can to hold my core. And then back in, that's gonna be one. Reach the other leg. 2, 3. Object is to keep the core tight to the floor. This is a combination of abdominals, but also your glutes. Got your shoulders, that front rear shoulder, keeping your scapula tight to the floor. One more each side. Reach and reach. Now, last one, our traveling dead bug. We don't need our kettlebell with us, but go ahead, you're gonna turn on your side so you're on the length way of your mat. And we're gonna scoot all the way down and all the way back, only using our abs. So that means arms are not on the floor. You're gonna bring them up, feet up off the floor. You can tuck your chin, and we're gonna reach up. You're gonna lift your shoulders and scooch them over. And then you're gonna lift your butt and scooch it over. And we're gonna repeat this process to wiggle your way down your mat until you reach, whoop, the other end. And then we're gonna wiggle our way back. And I know it looks funny, but I bet you're feeling it by now. And we're gonna do one more. Wiggle down. And let's wiggle back. Whew. All right, so those are our 3 moves, and we still have 3 more rounds, so I hope your core is ready. Let's take our quick 20-second break here, since I've already talked for 10 of those, and we're gonna do it all over again, starting with our half kneeling windmill. So let's get ready. Half kneeling position. Load up that kettlebell. It's over your forward leg. Let's slide those hips to the side. Reach for the ground. Inhale and exhale. And switching sides. Second 5. Slide those hips. 2 more. Now, dead bug 10 times. All right, knees right up over the hips. And shoulders press down into the floor. Engage that core. Inhale, reach. Exhale in. 2, 3. That's halfway. Last 5. 4, squeeze. 3, 2, 1 more. Big squeeze and reach and in. Now, for the silly one to wiggle. One end to the other 2 times. Here we go. All the way. And back. Woo! We're ready for another one. I bet this sounds great on mic. All this shuffling. Woo! And back. All right. Oh my goodness, that is so good. We're gonna rest, take a 30-second break. We have 2 more rounds. How's your core feeling? Hopefully it is fired up because mine is. All right, let's get ready to line it up for that half kneeling windmill. Take it up and slide those hips. Just 5. That's 3, last 2, and 1. Switch those sides up. And 5. Last 3, 2, 1. Bring it down and dead bug onto the back. All right, here we go. Reach and in. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Kettlebells down. Ready? I'm not ready. My core is already sore. Here we go. Wiggle it down. There we go, and back. All right, one more. Wiggle. And back. Whoa! All right, rest for 30 seconds. We've got one final round to go after this. All right, who is ready? Oh, can you feel that core radiating heat? Oof. Lit up. My core is getting lit. That was lame. I'm not that kind of trainer. All right, last set. Here we go. Windmill time. Load it up. Whoop. One knee forward. Inhale. Reach. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring that down. And load it back up. Last 5. And dead bug time. Last 10. Inhale, reach. and 5. Last 5. 3, 2, 1. All right, one final last trip up and down, and then we're done. Here we go. Wiggle it down and back. One more, last thing. Here we go. Down, down. Woo. All right, and finish. Back, back. Woo! Oh my gosh, awesome. My core is toasty, warm, lit up. That concludes 30 minutes of core strength with our kettlebells. Hopefully you loved this. Hopefully you got a good core wake up. Go on and do a rest of your workout. If you're planning on hitting some legs today, some upper body, this kind of core training is great to finish off with some accessory work, or maybe you just want to pull down and do some yoga. Whatever it is that you want to pair with this, I'm excited to have brought to you today's class with new equipment. So thank you everybody for all your support. Once again, thank you for taking care of your body, an act of self-love, self-care, getting some movement into your day. I appreciate you, I appreciate that, and I will see you next time.